Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway here for the Smoke 120 or 100, excuse me. This is going to be myself, Joshua Kiwis, and my brother Christopher Kiwis up here in the booth to bring you the race here tonight. Next gen Ford Mustang of Austin Rhodes here coming down the track to take to lap number one. The green flag is out for him as he is going to take to lap number one. And we're going to see some good racing here tonight at Indianapolis. One of my favorite tracks here that sadly we don't get to see the oval being ran in real life anymore, but hopefully that'll change here with these cars, bringing the excitement back to the, NASCAR platform in 2022. Hopefully that'll bring a little bit more interest back into some of these tracks, and we'll get to see some of these older tracks that, man, you come to love here once you get a little bit older and realize, man, I want that back. So hopefully Indianapolis, besides just not the road course, the actual oval itself makes its way back in the real life schedule. But tonight we're going to be racing into here as we'll see the Team Sparkle Unicorn. Now we'll see the 77 of, a very nice skin there from Clayton Kincart as you see him diving it off into turns number one and down at the short chute into turn number two. And you'll see Austin Rhodes set himself into fifth place currently. Colin Forrester, last week's race winner, that number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevy Camaro, sitting on the pole position right now, 5190, has set himself P2. Robby Bice, P3, man. Robby Bice looking really good here in these last couple races. We'll see if he's able to get a strong finish here tonight. Seems like he hasn't been able to get those strong finishes, but we feel like that 28 definitely deserves, as you'll see him roll out here tonight. And playoff racing, man, gonna continue.
Yeah, one of those final 8 drivers is Robby Bice, who's really going to have to put the pedal to the floor now. We do know I did have the chance to drive with Robby and Stan and a couple of guys here at Indianapolis in the next-gen cars, and the setup they have, if it's any better than the one he gave me, man, it is going to be a good setup for that Full Throttle Motorsports team, as it looks like Josh Carver set himself up into that second place on his second lap. Logan Rhodes jumped above him. We'll see what Robby Bice sets here coming through this lap. Looks like he's going to set himself up one more position into that 6th spot on his second lap. But Logan Rhodes, last week's winner, he's going to move himself up into that 2nd position. So Logan Rhodes showing that once he got that one win, it's just been lights out for him since then. He's been
correct,
trying to rack up all the wins he can.
I think I said Colin Forrester last week's winner, didn't I?
He was actually out last week.
You're right. Yeah, I remember that. He
won
the week before, didn't he?
Yeah, you might have misheard the information I was giving you. I said Colin Forrester had won the week before, and he had missed last week because he wasn't feeling good.
I do remember Colin winning. Yes, I do remember that because he said he's taking the week off because he won his way in last week. I do remember that.
Yeah,
and I do remember the Logan Rhodes win, Jimmy Green, all that. Sorry, I'm a week behind still. Woo! Willing it is Patrick Ginter, man. Into the short chute, into 3. Or into 2, that is.
Yeah, we're going to get a little backwards here on this track. This is a very long spread out track. So sometimes turns 3 and 4 looks like turns 2 and 1 and 2. So we might call the wrong ones here going into these just once or twice. So do apologize if that is the case. But it looks like a lot of the drivers already set those lap times. Patrick Ginter going to set himself up into that 9th spot. Matthew Fitz moved himself up into that 6th position. Looks like, coming into the front. Nope, this is going to be the front straightaway. Yeah, let's see if that 38 machine can set himself up here any better. This is going to be the lap that he's going to get. Looks like he moved himself up 1 position above Austin Rhodes. So Austin Rhodes is going to get bumped back to that 9th position. Looks like Stoney Benfield jumped up into that 5th spot. Josh Carver moved his way up into 3rd. Colin Forrester, though, hanging on to that pole position. It looks like Stan Mayberry just got his lap done. It looks like qualifying is finished, so we're going to go ahead and get these boys ready to go.
Heck yes, we are, Chris. These boys are about to be racing, that is. This is going to be fun, and I cannot wait to see these Full Throttle drivers get to go in here in just a moment, but got to say, it's going to be a fun night here tonight. We're going to see some great drivers take to the track, some really good setups, and expecting to see a great battle up here between Colin Forrester, Logan, and Josh Carver, Jonathan Coons. All these boys are going to be battling it out really hard here, and looks like we're going to go ahead and get to your qualifying grid. As we're missing a couple of your drivers here, we'll wait here for just a moment, stare at those beautiful next-gen race cars there for a minute. You'll see them just magically pop in, and then we'll get to going. Play the imaginary ESPN Speed World theme in your head. Here we go. We'll go ahead and hop on with your qualifying grid. All right. Well, it is going to be Colin Forrester, your pole position here tonight. Logan Rhodes, Scrappy, going to be picking up that second place. Carver, who has not gridded up yet, that gold number 3 will be starting P3 with Jonathan Coombs in that P4 position. Stoney Benfield going to be lining up in that P5 spot with Matthew Fitz, P6. Robby Bice going to start in that 7th position with that Patrick Ginter machine in 8th. Then you're going to see Austin Rhodes in that 9th position, in that 12th machine, excuse me. Jimmy Green going to be lining up in 10th spot. 11th going to go to Ed DeBoer with that 12th position going to David Salter. The 99 of Stan Mayberry going to line up 13th with the 84 of Case Collenbach in 14th. The 43 of James Morgan going to line up in that 15th spot with Clayton Kincart 16th. Bradley Wilson going to line up 17th with that Chad Hitchcock machine 18th, and then Adam McKinney running out your field in that 19th position. Chris, you're going to have to hop back on board with Jimmy Green here. What is his livery? Is this something to do with the Rainbow Unicorn guys, man? Or the Sparkle Unicorn guys, I mean? What? Or is that Looney Tunes? Oh, man, I thought it was like a unicorn, man. Getting like, you know, in a crosshair or something. I thought I was tripping.
That is 100% Looney Tunes.
You see what I'm saying, though, right?
I see.
Now I see it.
I can see what you would see. I can see where you could misjudge it. Just hope everyone is doing well out there tonight. South Carolina looks like it's going to be getting a little bit of snow tonight. That's what I'm looking forward to. I know North South Carolina got a little bit. I know it's weird saying North South Carolina. North South Carolina getting a little bit. Hopefully they'll bring it towards the mid part. And me and Josh can go out there and throw some rock snowballs at each other. So hope everybody is doing good on this cold Sunday night. But we're here with these full throttle boys. It's going to be a lot of fun here at the Smoke 100. We'll get to your final 8 drivers here for once a couple of laps in this race go by. We'll get your points settled out. But Colin Forrester is one of those drivers that is really trying to battle for those points. Bradley Wilson did get knocked out, so that's going to be really unfortunate for that Bradley Wilson machine. Last season's Cup Series championship. Already out of it here in the first round of the final 8, so it's kind of heartbreaking for that. But it looks like that pace car going to be taking that hard left-hand turn.
Here we go, baby. Line them up. And we're going to see that green flag come out here in just a moment. As it is green. The 9 of Colin Forrester, 8 of Logan Rhodes. Excellent start on that inside lane. As the outside lane looks like it's getting a little bit now of a run back. As they're going to dive it off into turn 1 for the first time tonight. Oh, a little bit of a wobble from the 8. The 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs now starting to roll his way up behind and in front of that 3 machine of Josh Carver, the all-gold Goodrich service number 3. As you're going to see 0-2 pull up behind the 9, give the 9 of Colin Forrester the shove down the back straightaway. Very super speedway-like here on the straightaways. You're going to see the draft come alive, not in there much in the turns. A lot of braking here. You're going to hear it into the corner. You got to roll the car, let it get settled, get back on it, and then you're going to be shooting into the short chute here into turn 3 for the first time tonight. And it looks like that 0-2 already trying to make moves and get himself up into that second spot. Jonathan Coombs looking good on his recovery drive here. As you see, ooh, look at that. Is that Matthew Fitz, the number 2 machine? He's starting to pick up some move. Matthew Fitz, the winner in the 87 race at Talladega. So we know he's picking up some momentum. We'll see if the 87 legend himself, Matthew Fitz, can carry some momentum from the fun race. Hey, a little bit of looseness, but he's used to it, Chris. Those 87 cars all week were doing that to him. He's a new man. Matthew Fitz looking good here right now. Oh, wrecking in the back. That's David Salter around.
Oh, really hard into the wall. Looks like green flag's still out, though.
No caution either.
Yeah, no caution. See if we'll see if anything happened with that Salter machine. See if he had any kind of contact or anything that sent him around there.
He's got the 82 on his inside here. Oh, him in the 51.
Him in the 51. Oh, that's... I sense a little bit of payback here. If you don't remember last week, Josh, the 51 got taken out by the 88. They ruled it a racing incident, but doesn't look like that 51 of Bradley Wilson felt the same way about it. Already sending that 88 around.
I wasn't going to say nothing, Chris, but oh my goodness. We've already seen the retaliation. It happened.
Oh, that is something. That is something that's just, woo. Didn't think I was going to say that early.
David is hot right now. Yep. Haven't heard anything over driver chat, though.
Maybe it was just something that it was an accident, and they're just going to let bygones be bygones. But that was something, if you weren't paying attention last week, did happen. So that is something that could have played a factor in there, but we're not going to say it here just yet. But down the front straightaway, it looks like Colin Forrester has a little bit of a gap between him and that Jonathan Coombs machine. Logan Rhodes, though, your last week's winner, all over the back bumper of that Team Sparkle unicorn number 2, or 02 of Jonathan Coombs, who has always said he never really cared much for these next-gen packages, but looks like he's doing a good job, as he always does every time he gets out of here. He just always wrecks out. Normally during, always gets caught up in the mess, as we call it. So Jonathan Coombs now trying to catch up to that Colin Forrester machine, who's setting a little bit of a precedent right now.
And you see the blocking already coming early in the back straightaway as they're going to dive it off into turn number 3. The 9 going to shoot it out into the short chute, down into turn 4. Down the front straightaway. It's very, very fun to watch these cars race here. Whether you're watching the Indianapolis 500, whether you're used to be watching what was the Brickyard, or now here tonight at the Smoke 100. I mean, this is just awesome to see cars here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's a fun complex, one of the greatest complexes. People talk about Daytona being the world premier racing center. I love Indianapolis, man. That's my place. Oh, and David Salter just now over the radio. Whoa, we got another one loose. That's another one. That's Stan Mayberry.
Whoa, it looks like Stan Mayberry getting around just a little bit, but it looks like he's going to get it collected back up. Just a little bit of wiggle there from that Stan Mayberry machine. He's one of your points leaders, trying to stay in this. Straight away, you see that 84 Case Collenbeck looks like he's trying to poke his nose out just a little bit. It looks like everybody's kind of falling off. We're going to go back up here to that front pack. We're watching that back pack just a little bit. Looks like up here in the front, though, a lot of your leaders are starting to file out single file. Looks like a lot of drivers just trying to, whoa, is that the 88 of David Salter? Nope, that is not. It looks like maybe the 28 there jumping out of line. Like right now, everybody's just kind of single filing it out. That's something that we were saying is going to happen here in one of these races. A track like this, 2.5 miles here at Indianapolis, it is a long, long way to go. So you just want to kind of single file it out, not really get up here and race too hard, not race too much. You want to just kind of pace yourself, save your equipment, and then wait for that last 10, 15 laps, then start attacking.
Yeah, you're going to see these drivers just drive it so, I don't know. We're seeing Matthew Fitz now move to the inside. Just drive more, like you were saying, Chris, I guess, hang on here. I mean, it's so early, you don't really want to kill the car. I mean, it's only lap 7 to 80. Long laps around here. You just got to keep your head down, keep digging, and kind of like a Talladega, Daytona, just be there at the end. Be there at the end, and be there at the end. If you got a clean car, you got a car that can get up there and run fast, you can get
Jimmy Green jumping out.
As I say, Jimmy Green jumping out with Matthew Fitz going behind, but it looks like he's going to attack back up behind. Whoa, 3 wide for a second. Looks like the 2 not going to get the run in. He's going to go back down to the bottom in front of that 12 machine of Austin Rhodes. As you see, that 82 was trying to catch back up Ed DeBoer as now Jimmy Green is going to be out in front. Matthew Fitz going to go to the inside of Josh Carver. They're both wiggling as 2 wide down the back straightaway, but that 12 of Austin Rhodes going to pull up behind the teammate, give him the push. We'll see if he's able to clear Josh Carver here. In through 3, maybe a little bit of a slide job. Oh, we might see 12 go to the inside, but the 2 is going to get clear by a long shot. Now will the 12 get clear? Slide job, he's clear. Will the 3 go to the inside? Looks like he's going to try, but the 12 going to shut that door. That's where Pocono turn 2 comes from. You got to shut that door real quick, and as you see him dive back down the Indianapolis front straightaway, it's going to be fun to watch them dig the rest of this race. Man, they are already racing here hard at lap number 9.
Yeah, it looks like Colin Forrester and Jonathan Coombs, looks like they've got a little bit of separation from everybody else behind them. But Logan Rhodes looks like he's not trying to fall off too much, though. Trying to get his teammate Jimmy Green to push behind him. But I have seen Jimmy getting a little antsy here, not wanting to wait too long. Look at that, trying to get it around his teammate. Not pushing his teammate, racing his teammate. So something that maybe Jimmy Green is just not wanting to wait behind anybody now. He's wanting to get that push, and he does get the push really big up into the wall.
Yeah, that's going to allow the 2 Sparkle Unicorn guys to come out. It's going to put the 2 Rev guys. Whoa, we got a car.
Yeah, it looks like that was the 12. Austin Rhodes got a little loose back there, but it looks like he corralled it back underneath him. He didn't get out from under him, but you're seeing a lot of this looseness come out. These tires are starting to get heated up, starting to eat away just a little bit, so you're going to start seeing that little bit of wiggle coming out of all these cars now. It looks like Colin Forrester, Jonathan Coombs are starting to check out from everybody. Right now, Matthew Fitz sitting in that 3rd position, got Jimmy Green and Logan Rhodes behind him. Let's see if Logan Rhodes is going to push behind his teammate, or if he's going to do the same thing Jimmy Green did and just pull out and try to pass him. Wonder if these teammates have had enough working with each other. They currently are racing each other for those championship points. So, one of those things, it's got to just see how these boys are going to play it out.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing that race in between teammates come in even more here, especially since we're so late in the playoffs. Some of these guys need points. They don't want to wait behind anybody. They're going to go. Matthew Fitz, Chris, on a good run right now. He's sitting 3rd place as he's diving it down into turn 1. That 2 machine looking very well here tonight as he's running here lap 11 in the podium positions, up 3 spots, started 6th in 3rd. And right behind him, Jimmy Green, the man we've been talking about for the last few minutes. Logan Rhodes going to round out your top 5. As we stay that, though, we've got a battle back there between Josh Carver and Austin Rhodes. It looks like the 2 rep guys going to link up, and Austin Rhodes not going to be able to make that progressive move onto the inside lane as they get it all single file down here. And that 12 trying to progress his way up to the field, but those rev guys shutting the door real quick as they're lined up in a train of 3 cars right now, trying to chase down Colin Forrester and the 2 Sparkle Unicorn guys of the Jonathan Coombs and Matthew Fitz.
Yeah, I see Jay Tucker in the Facebook chat saying, just joined and glad to see my nephew Logan in 2nd place. It's currently moved back to that 5th spot. I think I got a couple of minutes here late to the Facebook chat. Everything was is kind of going a little funky for me on the OBS side, so having to get everything going here. But do want to welcome you to the Facebook stream, Jay Tucker. Glad to have you here. Currently, Logan Rhodes right now pushing that back bumper of that 23 of Jimmy Green, his teammate. But also see Brenda Thomas in the Facebook chat said 11 days. Not really sure what 11 days is. I'm hoping it's not some kind of ring situation. But maybe you can elaborate on that, Brenda. But good to have you in that Facebook chat nonetheless. It looks like we've got a lot of battling going on back here right now. Colin Forrester starting to put a little bit of separation between him and Jonathan Coombs, but down that front stretch, Jonathan Coombs is going to get that draft up to that back bumper of that 9. So going into the corner, that's going to be where the 9 of Colin Forrester is going to have to make that move. Matthew Fitz, though, starting to put a little bit of separation between him and Jimmy Green now. Logan Rhodes starting to push up behind that 23 of Jimmy Green, but he's got his teammate and that Austin Rhodes machine and that Team Sparkle Unicorn number 12 on that back bumper as well. So right now, it is a Rev Motorsports trio right here with a Team Sparkle Unicorn hanging on to the back. So these boys are going to have to get up here and start pushing if they want to get up here and start tangoing with these guys, because Matthew Fitz is going to end up catching his teammate of Jonathan Coombs here before too long. And that could really spell trouble, Josh. We know how these Sparkle Unicorn boys are once they get together. They have a strategy of their own, and they won't let anybody pass.
Yeah, they'll be very aggressive as you see the 0-2 now re-catching the 9 of Colin Forrester. We'll see that helmet cam of Jonathan Coombs as you'll see the hands on the wheel, just wheeling that thing over to the left. You see the hands on driving, a little bit of looseness, a little bit of tightness, grabbing it back up on corner exit as you go on board for the gyro cam now. You just see that distance, about 3/10 now to Colin Forrester as he's going to go to the inside lane, grab a little bit of clean air on corner entry. As we get down into the corner there, the 0-2 not able to gain. It looks like he might be a little bit faster on the 1 and 2 side of the racetrack than 3 and 4, which is the thing here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, believe it or not, you do have certain sides of the tracks that you can be faster at. I will say that on turns 1 and 2, whenever I was doing the practice with the Robby Bice team, the Full Throttle Motorsports boys, they were really fast in turns 1 and 2. But turns 3 and 4, I felt like not them, but me personally, like the setup that I was running, just felt like 3 and 4 was really tight. You just could not get through it, but 1 and 2, you could just flow through it, and it was really nice. So yeah, you can't, you know, each sections do have different patterns to it, so you just have to be ready for that.
As Matthew Fitz looks like he's falling in that bubble now where he's off the draft. He doesn't got anybody to draft with, and he doesn't got anybody to push it forward and try to go up there and grab Jonathan Coombs or Colin Forrester. So they'd have to get too wide and really start battling before they, were they able to get caught by that too. But it looks like Jimmy Green and Co. are starting to put on a little bit of pace now and catch that Matthew Fitz machine. Under a second almost now to Matthew Fitz.
It looks like right now Matthew Fitz starting to get caught, like you were saying, Josh, starting to put a little bit of distance on that machine now. It looks like that Robby Bice, Stoney Benfield, Stan Mayberry are going to go back here. See that right now we've got 4 of the Full Throttle Motorsports guys running together right now. You see Robby Bice, Stoney Benfield, Stan Mayberry, and Patrick Ginter just trying to stay as much together as they can. Actually, I say that Patrick Ginter is about 2 seconds back, but right now Stoney Benfield, Robby Bice, Stan Mayberry just trying to relax right now. As you see that Stan Mayberry machine looks like he's about to make a move on the inside of Robby Bice. He is. So Stan Mayberry going to move himself up in front of that Robby Bice machine. We're going to go back up here and check on your leaders though. A little bit of distance between that Colin Forrester machine and that Jonathan Coombs machine now. Not as close as that Jonathan Coombs machine wants it to be, but he is definitely trying to hang on. As I see Brendan Thomas in the Facebook chat saying, my grandson Logan, you can do this. It's good to see Logan's got a lot of fans over here in that Facebook chat. So good to have everybody over there in that Facebook, in that YouTube chat. Let us know who you're going for over there on that platform.
Yeah, as lap 17, you're going to start seeing drivers now start to stagnate out. Those runs aren't going to be as aggressive with these tires starting to fall off a little bit, and with this little, not as much banking gear at Indianapolis as what you're used to at some of these bigger 2.5 mile tracks, 2 to 2.5 mile tracks, I should say, these super speedways. It's going to eat up that equipment a lot, and you'll see these drivers start to fall off here over time. It looks like Coombs is now starting to slowly reel back in. Forrester maybe, but that Matthew Fitz machine 2 seconds off. He is starting to lose time a lot to these guys, and now starting to lose time to Jimmy Green and Co. They're starting to pull up. They might reel him in here in just a moment. Pass him. It looks like the 12 might have tried something there.
Yeah, as it looks like everybody's kind of slowing up, or not slowing up. Everybody's starting to gain up to that Matthew Fitz, excuse me. It looks like everybody's trying to kind of go in single file. You saw it get a little hairy there just a second, but everybody's going to get it back. Now it's under 1 second between Jimmy Green and Matthew Fitz. So yeah, that gap is about to really get eat up here in just 1 second. But if they can stay together and push, you could see them catch this Colin Forrester and Jonathan Coombs machine. This is something that I was talking about before this race, Josh, that we were going to have to be looking forward to. Is a lot of this racing, you know, it gets really stagnant out. Everybody gets separated out, and that's something that you have to watch out for.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you'll see these drivers just kind of try to keep it going. We say that. I mean, it's kind of like a super speedway without the super speedway, package of tandem driving and 3, 4 abreast sometimes. I mean, you'll just see more of this single file as you're seeing them pull up
There
IndyCar
they go.
style as they go down the front stretch. They're starting to pull up on that to a Matthew Fitz here. As they're not going to get it through here. They might catch him up to his back bumper here through turn 2. But them moves should be made on the back stretch and maybe into turn 3. We should see them past Matthew Fitz if he doesn't have a great defense going into the corner. I wouldn't be surprised if he drives it to the low lane here.
Yeah, because right now I'm looking, it looks like the battle between Colin Forrester and Jonathan Coombs is currently still about where it's at. Go back up here, just check on them real quick. As you see, it's just about where it's at, about 0.3 of a second between those guys. We're going to ride on board here with these 4 drivers. You see Jimmy Green starting to really pull up on the back of Matthew Fitz. He's not going to wait up behind him. He's going to try to get around him as quickly as he can, because he knows that he will get slowed up if he stays behind him, and he's got his teammates behind him. So this could be where the Sparkle Unicorn boys get linked back up together. They get up here and start battling it up with Jonathan Coombs and Colin Forrester, because I wonder how long it's going to be on fuel, Josh. It could be about, I would say with 100% fuel, they should be able to make it to about lap 40. I would say around lap 35, 40 on fuel. So that could be the window for when these boys have to come down pit lane. So we'll have to see when they decide to, or if we have a caution. It looks like Colin Forrester starting to fall off a little bit to that, or excuse me, Jonathan Coombs falling off a little bit to Colin Forrester. But he's keeping that gap about 5/10 between them. So not really letting him get too far away from him. But Jonathan Coombs is starting to fall off. And now looking back here at that too of Matthew Fitz, Jimmy Green, looks like this might be the move where they get the momentum and get him on the front straightaway. Yeah, you see Jimmy Green making that move on the inside.
Yeah, here comes that pass for the 3rd position, and it is going to be Jimmy Green passed on the inside lane. We'll see if that 2 can follow his way back in, and he is. A little bit of a mistake there from the 8 not being up to the back bumper of the 23 and getting his way in, but it looks like the 2 is going to wash wide here. We could see a run here back down the back straightaway, the 8 and the 3 trying to push by the 2. But it looks like Matthew Fitz getting smart, trying to make that car just a little bit wider as they get down the straightaway here into 3. And it looks like Logan Rhodes is not going to be able to make that pass. Good little defense there from Matthew Fitz. He's going to drive it up to the back bumper of the 23 Jimmy Green. Now we'll see how much more time they're going to lose to Colin Forrester and Jonathan Coombs here, as it looks like Coombs has lost about 0.6 now to that 9 machine, almost 0.7, as he's starting to fall off a little bit here to that 9 machine of Colin Forrester, who's looked well in this later half of the season.
Yeah, like you were saying, Josh, you're seeing that Colin Forrester machine really start coming alive. He wasn't, he didn't really look too strong early on in the season. It was something that I was pointing out about a lot of the drivers that we noticed last season that were really consistent, really up in the front a lot. Colin Forrester at the beginning of the season wasn't really up towards the front of the pack line. He got caught up in the mass ring, which wasn't in the race. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of the season, man, it was like with Logan Rhodes, just somebody flipped a switch, and he just learned, just figured it out. He's like, hey, I know the secret to racing. And Colin Forrester showing you right now, he is not in that final 8 for no reason. Colin Forrester showing a really solid driving skill here. But like we were saying, Jonathan Coombs, one of those drivers that he said that he didn't like the next gen cars, but looks like he's really willing them right now in that 2nd place position that O2 is. So doing a good job here right now, currently in that 2nd place. And then, like we said, Jimmy Green, looks like Logan Rhodes is going to go ahead, and Logan Rhodes and Josh Carver are going to go ahead and get around that Matthew Fitz machine. So Matthew Fitz now has got his 12 Austin Rhodes teammate on his back bumper. So we'll wonder how long these boys are going to decide to work together. Jimmy Green could see a big train here now, and then a lot of drivers tuck behind that Jimmy Green machine and really start moving. They're about 5 6/10 off right now, so they're really going to have to put the pressure on if they want to catch back up.
Oh yeah, they're off of pace, or not off pace, excuse me. they are not going to be able to make that distance tough anytime soon, especially with that two-car tango that they're running up there. I mean, they're only 4/10 off, but they've got enough of a drive to just be able to still hang on with some good speed. So it's going to have to be a caution, or they're just going to have to run so well and so synchronized with Jimmy and Logan and them, which it should be, not that hard. And it is, it's like, 4 or 5 cars lined up there. That should be easy for them to catch. They're not too far back. It's not that it's not, anything crazy or impossible. It's really not even that hard. They're just going to have to drive synchronized. They're going to have to put their head to it and not get out of line, not battle as hard as they want to or whatever they want to do. They're just going to have to dig, and hopefully that time will make itself up with these two drivers maybe catching each other and maybe putting a little bit of a battle to each other.
Yeah, one of the things that we've really seen all season is consistency. Stan Mayberry, one of those drivers that we really haven't had a lot to talk about these last couple of races. I know he wasn't really too thrilled about Martinsville. He was not happy about that track, and he was not happy about the track last week. I did get in and hear him during practice. Whenever you hear somebody just every 5 seconds, you know they don't like what they're having to deal with right now. So, Stan Mayberry, he's having to really battle that machine right now. He's got that 82 of Ed DeBoer in front of him, so you're going to see him get around at least that 82 of Ed DeBoer here right now. He's got his teammate behind him, pushing him up into that 9th position, and then he's got Stoney Benfield right in front of him. So the Full Throttle boys got a couple of teammates with them, but we're going to go back up here and see what is going on with your top 5 right now. Jimmy Green currently leading that train of cars. We've got Logan Rhodes currently sitting in that 4th position, Josh Carper in 5th, Matthew Fitz in 6th, Austin Rhodes in 7th. They are currently the pack that is trying to catch up with those front 2 of the 9 of Colin Forrester and the 02 of Jonathan Coombs, but they have kind of checked out. Now it's they were 5.6 seconds off. They are now 6.1 seconds off. So really falling off is that Jimmy Green machine and that and that Logan Rhodes machine. All that pack of cars really starting to fall off here. But this could be anybody's race still. Nobody has had an accident yet except for that David Salter machine, who is still currently in the race. So all he needs is really a caution to come out. He did come down, take a little bit of repair, maybe a couple of tires. Looks like Case Colin back in pit lane now. So David Salter is currently Robby Bice is currently off of the lead lap as well. He came down lap 18. So Robby Bice came down pit lane early. Did not notice that, so he is currently a lap down. So David Salter would have to get around him to be able to make up that lucky dog position. But right now, they are still trying to battle it out and make up that time. But it does not look like they are making up except losing time. They are not making up any time to that front and back. So Jimmy Green and them are going to have to really pick up the pace here. But like you were saying, Josh, earlier, I just don't see it happening. There goes Austin Rhodes. Matthew Fix, on the inside of the 3 of Josh Carver. See if he can make a pass here.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, he's trying to make up that little bit of position that he can, but he can't make it up. So right now, Josh Carver trying to put that defense on that 2, trying to make his car just as wide as he can, but not giving room to him.
Uh-oh.
Going back on board here with your leaders. You see right now, he's just pretty much looking the same way that it was. Colin Forrester still hanging on to that lead. He's got that 02 about 3/4 off of his back bumper. And Jimmy Green, we're going to go back up here. Big drive in there from the 02 of Matthew Fitz. Logan Rhodes also checking up. Matthew Fitz had a really big drive in there going into turn 3.
Yeah, Matthew Fitz is going to clear the 8 and the 3. Slide job out of 2. Matthew Fitz back up to 4th. He's looking strong here tonight, Chris. It looks like down pit road, David Salter coming in again.
Yeah, David Salter coming down pit lane. A lot of these drivers not coming down. That's unfortunate for David Salter. Just having that little bit of incident that could really ruin your night. But maybe he'll just keep doing some laps. It's like I always say, it's always better to get out there and turn laps than to not turn any laps at all. As it looks like Matthew Fitz now about to be working that back bumper of that 23 of Jimmy Green. Got one down here into turn 3. Matthew Fitz trying his best to ride that bottom lane, trying to, big drive in.
Big drive in.
Yeah, Jimmy Green having to check up a little bit.
Oh, he's going for it, but he's not going to get the run.
It does not have anybody to jump out. If he was to jump out right there, Josh, everybody would freight train him and run right past him. It looks like Adam McKinney down pit lane right now. Austin Rhodes, Matthew Fitz, getting a little pushy all over the back bumper. Woo! See the 3 of Josh Carver jumping out. Matthew Fitz really getting pushy on that back bumper of that 23 of Jimmy Green. Do you know
here we go.
Do you know these Sparkle Unicorn boys? Them and the Rev guys, they aren't really happy campers with each other. So maybe Matthew Fitz saying, "Hey man, I'm a lot faster than you. Get up out my way." Jimmy Green.
He did say sorry to Jimmy right after, but Jimmy pitting in, 3 pitting in, the 8 pitting in.
Everybody,
No way, they just did that to each other.
Caution's out. Yeah, it looks like pits were closed.
I can't believe that just happened to him.
Yeah, it looks like pits were closed, so everybody coming down pit lane will get a black flag. Wonder if they will clear it. We'll see. That was a little bit of an accident, but we'll go back there. We'll see what happened. As we were watching it happen there, it looks like they were just trying to get into the same place at the same time, and everybody just, it looks like Logan Rhodes just going a little faster than he wanted to be going. Gets into Carver, and Carver, he bounces off of Carver, gets into Jimmy Green, and that set off a chain reaction.
That's all she wrote for their race. Aerodynamically, I think they're done for.
As we'll go on board here with Logan Rhodes, we'll watch it from his point of view. Did you see him getting it slowed up? See, he's just not getting it slowed up as much, and then there you go, just bippity boppity boop.
Man, I can't believe that just happened. Well, Chris, here at lap 32, since we are under caution, if you want to, we can go ahead and throw it to our first LNS custom side-by-side, or excuse me, 811 Dig side-by-side, excuse me. And we'll enjoy a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with you.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on NC811.org or the NC811 app.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit NC811.org to learn more.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
All right, and we welcome you back from that 811 dig side by side. As we're going to go ahead and get the points brought up to you on the screen so that way we can talk about where everybody's currently sitting. This is currently your points. As it sits right now, everybody is in order due to the race that was won last week. So Logan Rhodes was your winner last week, so he's currently in that first position. Jimmy Green in second, Ed DeBoer in third, Robby Bice fourth, Clayton Kincart fifth, Stain Mayberry sixth, Chad Hitchcock is in seventh, Colin Forrester rounding out your eighth. Final eight drivers. So right now everybody tied as it is round one. Going into that round two, that's when it's going to really add up, when these points are really going to have to get settled in. So we're going to have to see if maybe these boys can get it back under control, though. Logan Rhodes, though, now currently a lap down. Josh Carver did get back out on the track before going down pit lane, because pit lane would have closed going into the pits, or whenever the caution did come out. Logan Rhodes going to lap down, but we should have another caution here, but we did have a caution-full free race here. So it's all going to have to come down to it. He's not out of it yet. Logan Rhodes is, so it's just going to have to really come down to how he plays this out.
Yeah, is the pace car going to bring him down the back straightaway? As it's going to be the 0-2 of Coombs in the lead. He beat that number 2 position out of Colin Forrester, as Colin has led this whole race. And then Coombs going to beat him out by 2 seconds on pit road time. So a 50.8 by Jonathan Coombs and a 52.2 by Colin Forrester. So the race on pit road is just as important as the race on track, and you see that as Jonathan Coombs is going to come out in the lead here. Couldn't pass him on track, going to pass him on pit road, as that iRacing pace car going to turn left here in just one moment, make his way down pit road, and you're going to see the flag man wave him back to the green flag, and the 0-2 is going to get going. Green, green, green is out, and we are racing again here after our first caution. We'll see the 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs in the lead and see if he can hold on to that lead. It's going to be his first time leading here tonight, as he's up from his 4th starting spot all the way up here into first. As you're going to see that 3 of Josh Carver back down pit road, as you'll see the 0-2 diving it in, and then 2 right behind the 9 of Colin Forrester, as it's Sparkle Unicorn 1, 3, and 4. With that 9 of Colin Forrester hanging on to second, trying to get back up there in the lead. Is the 0-2 going to go to the bottom lane? Take away that little bit of that, yeah, trying to break that draft, or just, persuade the 9 from not going down there, letting them know, hey, I'll go down there and block. 9 not going to take it, and into turn 3 they go, but it looks like the 2 going to get tight on corner exit shooting the 0-2. And as they go into 4 here, we might see the 9 get a run down the front straightaway. That 0-2 is wicked out of the groove right there.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see if that 9 of Colin Forrester makes a move here. He's going to have that 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs is going to have 2 of his teammates behind him. So Colin Forrester is going to have to really be on his guard here, being that only Vortex Theory driver out there on the track right now. So that Colin Forrester machine going to have, it's pretty much on his own right now. He's got the Sparkle Unicorn boys up here in the front. So it's going to have to really play down to that 9, have to set up everybody, and then go on mega defense.
The 9 is just driving hard right now. Watch how out of the groove the 0-2 looks right here. I mean, he's like a half a lane up the track in 3 right there compared to the 9, but it looks like it's not doing anything. He's not bad out of the groove this time. Last time he was wide up there. I was going to see if he did it again, but the 0-2 looks like he got himself settled back in. And he's going to get back in the groove that time, get back in the rhythm. He's got the 9 still on his back bumper, but that run just not going to be there for Colin Forrester. And the 0-2 going to lead the first 2 laps of the restart here, and it's good to see Jonathan Coombs back behind the wheel of the race car and back into leading races, man. He looks like he's gotten better in his time away.
Yeah, I know he's been doing a lot of dirt track racing. I've seen his name, here and there, but know that he's been still doing a lot of racing. So, like you were saying, Josh, good to see that 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs still out here deciding that he wants to, still wanting to get out here and drive in these next-gen cars. But right now, Colin Forrester trying to just set that move up, trying to get him to just wash up a little bit, get him a little loose going out of corner exit so he can get a move. But like we were saying, the 9 of Colin Forrester decided to jump out here. He's going to really have to pick his moments because he's got 2 teammates, or Jonathan Coombs has 2 teammates behind him, and that's really going to push that 0-2, and that 0-9 might get a freight train ran on him from those drivers behind him. It looks like Stoney Benfield set his fastest lap of the whole race here. In that 57-31. Yeah, to pass for the lead here. The 9 of Colin Forrester looks like he was trying to go for that inside lane, but he's not going to get it. Whoa! Stoney Benfield onto the inside. Oh, it looks like we've got a slow car up here in the front. Wonder who that is. Right now, it looks like Jonathan Coombs still holding on to that lead. He's got that little bit of separation between him and that 9 of Colin Forrester. But Colin Forrester, like we said, he's still applying that pressure, still laying it on thick, still letting him know, hey man, I'm back here. I can make that move whenever I can. It looks like that is Josh Carver up in front of them. So Josh Carver currently a lap down. Not going to be fighting for position, but going to go another lap down. Jonathan Coombs blinking out just a little bit there. As Josh likes to say, doing his best Houdini act. Blinking in, blinking out. Can't see me, now you can. Right now, Logan Rhodes is currently your person that if we had a caution here, he would get that lap back. He is currently sitting on that lucky dog position. So Logan Rhodes still sitting in a good position here for this race. This could be anybody's race, but Jonathan Coombs right now about to pull up to the back bumper of that Josh Carver machine. This could set up a little bit of a chicanery going on here.
Yeah, the 9 still trying to fight his way around the 0-2. We'll see if the 3 does anything right here to, maybe jeopardize the, not jeopardize the race, but, just jeopardize that position for that driver there. But we'll see. As it looks like he's just going to let him go to the inside. They called it out. He's going to hang out on the outside, and they're going to get past Josh Carver here cleanly. At least the 2 first drivers on the lead lap, or on the in the lead pack. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. And I say that, though, the 3 coming back on the outside, and it looked like the 9 might have gotten a little bit of air sucked off of him. He got loose on the inside lane, and whoa!
Whoa, what is Carver doing there?
No need for that.
Whoa! Matthew Fitz saying, hey, buddy, I don't appreciate that. Whoa!
Oh, they're wrecking.
Matthew Fitz around. Wonder what happened there. It looks like everybody going to keep it down off the track. Oh, that was the wrong replay. Did you see that little bit of a bump? Oh, it looks like Carver just turned down. It doesn't look like the green flag's going to stay out, but it looks like Matthew Fitz just sitting down there in the bottom of the track. Looks like he's got it rolling now. Might have had a little bit of something going on, but he's going to get it rolling again. But for a pass for the lead, the 9 making a move on the inside. Yeah, so it looks like Matthew Fitz, though, back rolling, but unfortunate turn of events there. Right now, it looks like Austin Rhodes, everybody's got a little bit of a gap. You saw Matthew Fitz now, just unfortunate turn of events there for Matthew Fitz. Not sure what was going on. I saw Josh Carver, going down that front stretch. It looks like he dove down and put a massive blocker, was trying to get in the line maybe, not really sure. But, being a few laps down, not sure what was going on there. But
uncalled for. exactly what it was. It was just uncalled for.
Right
No
now,
reason to be racing like that.
here's lap 44, though. It looks like Matthew Fitz coming down pit lane now. Going to be in that pit lane. Logan Rhodes currently still in that lucky dog position. Robby Bice going to be limping around with a hurt race car early on. Right now, it looks like Patrick Enter on the back bumper there of that 8 of Logan Rhodes. Logan Rhodes still holding on to that lucky dog position. So if any kind of caution comes out, Logan Rhodes will get the lucky straw. So that is all that that's all that Logan's Road machine is hoping for right now is that lucky dog, that caution to come out. Matthew Fitz and that Josh Carver having that little bit of contact there. Did not bring out the caution, but we are still green. It looks like there, though, Stoney Binfield looks like he was getting ready to make a move on the inside there of 12 Austin Rhodes, but decided to not push it. Stoney Binfield is a fast driver. He definitely knows his thing behind. He knows how to will it behind the wheel is what I'm trying to say. He is definitely a good driver. If you've never went and looked at 811 Dig's podcast about him, go and check it out. You'll learn a couple of things about the preacher man that you didn't know. It's a cool little story. I'm not gonna lie. You learn a couple of things about him. I saw him sitting there in his rig. He had his button-up vest on and everything. I was just like, man, that's Stoney. Just think, like, he's just sitting there looking all nice, prim and proper, and then he gets behind the wheel and look at him right now, really willing it behind that 12 Austin Rhodes. Just goes to show you, Josh. Doesn't matter how you dress, how you look. If you've got skills behind the wheel, you got skills behind the wheel.
You see it, man. You look at all the different drivers, genders, nationalities, whatever it may be, and you put them behind that seat of that race car, or you put them behind that wheel in the seat of that race car, and it flicks the switch. It doesn't matter what you are or where you come from. At that moment, you're a racer, and that's all you are, is a racer. You're known by that number and that sponsor, and that's it. It looks like Stoney is going to work his way up into the podium, Chris.
Yeah, he's worked his way up into that third position. Like we were saying, one of those drivers that and I like I said, I'm just picking at Stoney really what I was saying about him earlier. Like I said, you look at a picture of him and you're like, man, he just doesn't look like he would be a wheel man. But Stoney Binfield in that 811 Dig. That 811 Dig Ford Mustang definitely showing you he is a wheel man. Right now, it looks like the separation between them looks like Austin Rhodes has got about a 6-second gap between him and Stan Mayberry. So Stan Mayberry is pretty much in a league of his own right now. You see Chad Hitchcock, who is also one of those 811 Dig Final 8 drivers, currently sitting in that 6th position, so he's got himself set up for a good finish. Right now, whoa, as I say that, we're around Chad Hitchcock. Looks like the 82 at DeBoer around. This could bring out the caution.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Everybody's going to keep it off the track. Wonder if they're going to do anything. It doesn't look like they're going to bring out the caution. Everybody's going to keep it rolling. As I was saying that, man, every time I start talking about somebody, something like this happens. As we're going to go on board here and see what happened. It looks like Chad Hitchcock just got up into the wall, then got down in front of the 82 at DeBoer. Man, just unfortunate there going into turn 3. Looks like the 22 at Chad Hitchcock just had the thing tighten up on him, and he got up into the wall, and that's all she wrote. But we're going to stay green here at lap 48. So we've still got a relatively clean race. Minus the little bit of incidents we've had going on. Look at that, Josh. Stoney Binfield got around the 0-2. Jonathan Coombs as we were looking away.
Oh, yeah, he's on a roll. He's saying, count your blessings, boy. The pastor is on his way. He is moving through. Whoa, I say that, though. The 0-2 gave him a little friendly nudge right there.
This could shake up your points here a little bit. We'll go back here to that. Whoop, that was the wrong one. I did not mean to click that one. We'll go back here and see. Going into turn 1. Look at that. Stoney just setting up that pass on that 0-2. Jonathan Coombs. Jonathan just having to get out of the gas and then going here into turn 2. Whew. Stoney just setting them up and carving them. But as I say that, we go back. We go back. Stoney Benfield getting set up now by the 0-2. A crossover. Yeah, I was gonna say, wonder if Stoney was gonna tuck it back in behind the 0-2. Does not have anybody behind him that will help him. So gonna have to really tuck it back in. Chad Hitchcock down pit lane now for a minute and 40 seconds. Unfortunate for that 22. We've had a lot of wrecks. We know if you are a Logan Rhodes fan, man, that's really, you know, 2 big wrecks like that, no cautions. This is a big track, so cautions are really scarce. It has to be a really bad stop on the middle of the track if they can get it rolling before, you know, before the cars get around. They will not throw a caution. So Logan Rhodes just really hoping that he can get one of those cautions. One of those cars just can go around so he can get a caution, so he can get that lap back. Right now, he's having to battle it back. Go back here, look, he's got his teammate Jimmy Green right in front of him. Jimmy Green trying to hold on as much as he can to the position that he's got. Currently sitting in that 7th spot. Got about a 3-second gap between him and that 38 of Patrick Enter. And then Stan Mayberry now making up a little bit of position. Now that Chad Hitchcock has wrecked and went off the track, he is starting to catch up. Stan Mayberry sitting in that 5th spot, though. That is a good position. If you are that 99, I would not hang your head at a 5th place finish if that's where you finish. But hey, we've still got 29 laps left in this race, so anything can happen. But we see Jonathan Coombs getting passed by Stoney Benfield once again. But now it's Jonathan Coombs looking like he's going to try to make a move on the inside, but not going to be able to make that pass.
Yes, we've got 30 to go here. The 0-2 is defending from his teammate. Whoa, we got one blown up. 82 of Ed DeBoer. O2's racing hard, man. Well, he's got a bump on the back of that 75 now. They're knocking the snot out of each other, Chris. And look at that, the 75. He's going up there trying to race for the lead. Look at the 0-2 here coming to the inside. The 9 moving it down. He's going to come to the inside. He's going to get the draft. And the 0-2 should pass Stoney Benfield. The 12 going to come with him. Whoa, here comes the 12 back to the inside. Or the 75, excuse me. Oh, good drive out. Good drive out. We saw wiggle out of quarter exit on the 0-2 on 4, and that's going to allow the 75 right back to the inside. And here we go, racing back through 1. These boys are setting it up for a good old Indianapolis finish. As into turn 2 they go, and that's allowing Colin Forrester to just kind of set his car onto cruise control and maybe set a little bit of a gap here. As he is starting to pull away, he's going to try to break that draft. But the 75, bad move maybe. The 0-2 is going to drive back around, but he does have the better line into here. The 0-2 is not going to be able to hang on in this outside lane here through the short chute into 4.
Stoney's going to have to really set this line up if he wants to have the line out of 4. Looks like 75 tightened it up. He's going to have it clear.
Should listen to me a little bit more.
Yeah, but you saw going down that backstretch, the 75 went with the 9, had a little bit of separation between him and that 9, but the 12 was tucked up to that 0-2's back bumper. So you saw that 75 really start getting pushed. Right now, we've at lap 54. Whoa, it looks like everybody getting loose. We're going to be on that inside lane. It looks like Stoney now going to go and try to suck back up on into that draft of that 9 of Colin Forrester. But like we were saying, Josh, Colin Forrester loves what he's seeing in that rear view. He's looking back there, seeing these boys battling it out, and that gives him just a little bit of fresh air to get up there and put that separation between them two, between them 3.
Yeah, and he's doing an excellent job just still holding his own pace. He hasn't, had too much falter, and it looks like the 0-2 tried going to the inside of the 75 there, wasn't able to get the run up. The 75 lifting out of the gas. He's going to roll it down into 1, still in that 2nd place. And still doing an excellent job hanging on is Stoney Benfield. As Jonathan Coombs and Austin Road, the 2 Sparkle Unicorn guys behind him, putting the pressure as we saw the O2 get back around the 75 once, but the 75 came right back. And ever since then, it's been this 1, 2, 3, 4 of Colin Forrester, Sturdy Bentonville, Jonathan Coombs, and Austin Rhodes. I say that, though, and there goes the Sparkle Unicorn guy to the inside, and they should both have the pass stuck to that 75 machine.
Yeah, I wonder if Stoney waved the virtual hand out and said, hey, boys, y'all can just go ahead and go. So right now, we've got 26 laps to go. This is going to be where everybody has to get set up. It looks like Robby Bice coming down pit lane. So this should be where you see these green flag pit stops. Unless we have a caution, this should be where these green flag pit stops start really coming into play. That's going to put Logan Rhodes, though, if he stays out, it's going to put Robby Bice in front of him unless he comes down pit lane. It looks like he's going to stay out, so he might be able to assume that lucky dog position again. He should. We're going to go back up here and look. This, he does assume that lucky dog position, but we're going to go back up here and we're going to watch, see what's going on with your leaders right now. This is your current battle for position. Caution is out. Josh Carver. Whoa, big caution. Looks like the 13 and the 22 of Chad Hitchcock involved in it. Whoa, the 13 was really out of it. Oh, it looks like Adam McKinney was just a little loose. Yeah, right there. Gets it a little too far down. Carver tries to get up out of the way. And that right there is what sent the 13, and then Carver wasn't able to collect it. And then you see the 22. Oh, Chad Hitchcock just nowhere to go, man. Just unfortunate. The 13 just not on those brakes hard enough. Allowed that rear end to kick out up in front of him. Right there, it looks like he's got it, and then just nowhere. Unfortunate for that 22 of Chad Hitchcock. But with 24 laps to go, Josh, that's going to open up the door for guess who? Scrappy Doo. Scrappy gonna get back on that lead lap. Robby Bice, though, Josh, came down pit lane. Oh, came down pit lane right before the caution came out. So he's gonna get around and get back on that lead lap as well. So him and Logan Rhodes just got the lucky dog of life.
Did Robby just wreck? Somebody just blew up or wrecked. Did you not hear that? No, it was coming down. It was when we were in 1 and 2 with the pace car. I heard somebody wreck. Not sure. Maybe I thought I heard a motor blow or somebody wreck. One of the two.
Looks like Colin Forrester won the race off pit lane. So we'll see if we can see anybody did go around. See if Josh might just be.
You heard it. I just heard it again. Somebody blew up on pit road. Oh well, I don't know who, but somebody did. Not a big deal. We'll figure it out when when that person does not go back to pit road. It might have been Josh Carver, to be honest.
Right now, it looks like Colin Forrester going to win that race off of pit lane. Jonathan Coombs going to be in that second spot. Austin Rhodes in third. Stoney Benfield going to come out in fourth. Patrick Inter fifth. Stan Mayberry in sixth. Jimmy Green in seventh. Logan Rhodes going to pull himself down pit lane now, but he will be on that lead lap. So if you are Jay Tucker or Brenda Thomas out there on that Facebook chat, Logan Rhodes back on that lead lap, coming out of pit lane now. He's going to get back around, and then Logan will be back in this race.
Looks like he's got a lot of that damage repaired, Chris, from earlier.
Yeah, it looks like Logan Rhodes got a little bit of damage repair too, so gonna really, really, really see if Logan Rhodes has what it takes to get up here and battle it out with these boys and duke it out. Colin Forrester, though, we've seen him moving really fast. Jonathan Coombs not letting anybody get around him either, but everybody having to get called up. We'll see. Looks like maybe Logan Rhodes gonna be able to get called up. Does look like they're going down the back stretch now, and it looks like everybody's coming down the front stretch. So they should be able to get caught back up here. Robby Bice back on the lead lap. That is good to see. Robby Bice fighting for that competition, for that championship. So good to see him back on the lead lap. Logan Rhodes, Stan, we pretty much got your field up here in that top. So right now, I want to say Ed DeBoer. The only ones that's not in here is Ed DeBoer. Right now, as you see it, second caution, something that you don't really see a lot of is, you know, 2 cautions, man. 22 laps to go. This has been a really good race.
We'll see that pace car turn left here. It'll be 20 laps to go when they get around this next time by. Z09 gonna launch her. We'll see Colin Forrester try to command the lead of this race once again. Looks like Stoney going to fall in behind the 75. Patrick, Stan, Jimmy, Logan, and Robby going to round out your top 9.
Patrick Inter running a little wide coming out of turn 1. Seeing Colin Forrester starting to do what he does best. Whoa, Patrick Inter looks like he had to get checked up, get in behind that 23 of Jimmy Green. He's going to keep it going here. See the 8 of Logan Rhodes starting to pull up the back bumper there. He has got a massive run down this back stretch. Logan Rhodes around that 38 of Patrick Inter, so moved his way up into that 6th spot. Scrappy has. So like you were saying, Josh, coming around to this line now. It's going to be 20 laps to go. You see right now, Stoney Benfield getting, whoa! Looks like Stoney was trying to make a move on that inside, trying to get back in line. He's going to cut off the 8, but the 8 going to take that move to the outside. Logan Rhodes taking it down to the inside, 75 of Stoney Benfield. Moving back into that 6th spot. Logan Rhodes up into 5th. Now he's got his teammate, Jimmy Green. We'll see if he gets up here and can get around Jimmy Green, or if Jimmy's going to fight him for that position. But he's got to deal with the Sparkle Unicorn boys up here in front of him before he can get to Colin.
Yeah, we're seeing Logan Rhodes, though, on a good recovery. Jimmy Green as well. 4th and 5th position from those drivers who earlier wrecked with their teammates on pit, or all 3 of them wrecked as teammates with Josh Carver on pit road, or on the entry, that is, to pit road. So it's good to see them recovering. And, yeah, man, they're looking very excellent right now. I mean, they're going to be getting their way back up to the front here and possibly leading this race.
Yeah, Logan Rhodes really showing you that, like we were saying early on in the race, sort of those things where, you know, he won a couple of races and he was like, man, you know what? I can do this. This is easy. Logan Rhodes really just flipped the switch and has started really putting a lot of command into these races. He's really showing that he is a force to be reckoned with on this iRacing platform. As you see behind him, got that 75 of Stoney Benfield, who has fallen back a position from where he started. But Stoney Benfield still in a really spirited run. Patrick Inter right behind him. And then Stan Mayberry still hanging on to the back bumper of his teammate, of Patrick Inter. So he is trying to get up here and get up into that top position. We're going up back up here on board with Jonathan Coombs. He's still got that 9 of Colin Forrester in front of him. Austin Rhodes. Oh, it looks like they went down to the lane. Whoa, that could have set up a little bit of trouble, but the 23 going to tuck back in behind the 12. Could have saw that maybe going too wide there for a second. Looks like Austin Rhodes might be out of sorts here. Jimmy Green all over that back bumper.
Yeah, as Jimmy Green starting to pull up now for the back of Austin Rhodes. Is he going to try to take that? Oh, my goodness, 12 machine.
Big drive in there from Jimmy Green. He's going to take him on the outside. Looks like he might be trying to set him for an outside pass, but Jimmy Green not going to have to get out of the gas, get back in behind that 12. This is where everybody's going to start trying to make some moves. This is going to be where the Rev guys start working together, where the Sparkle Unicorn guys start working together. Wonder how long Austin Rhodes is going to be able to hold off Jimmy Green. Jimmy Green, one of those drivers that once he gets ahead of steam, you can't slow him down.
Yeah, and it's really a good recovery from him and Logan, man. They're doing an excellent job right now. Even being the contention they're in right now with all the controversy they had as we're coming up to 15 to go in the next 2 laps. We'll see if they can contend possibly for a podium, if not for the lead of this race, man. This is a good job from Jimmy Green with all the damage he's got.
Jimmy Green really with a spirited run here. You know, a lot of these drivers, you know, we always say a lot of these drivers get caught up in the mess. It's just the wrecks, you know, the stuff that's out of their control, stuff that really doesn't happen. You know, you saw Logan Rhodes getting really hot coming down pit lane, getting into both of his teammates, Carver and Jimmy Green, but they were able to get that controlled, you know, back under control. They were able to get it situated back out. Now Green and the 8 of Logan Rhodes are now in that 4th and 5th position. They still have a chance to battle it out, but now it looks like Austin Rhodes and co. up here in the front 3 are starting to really set up little positions. Look at that, a pass for the lead. Colin Forrester getting passed on the inside by Jonathan Coombs. That might have been a little early. This might set up the pass for the 9. Colin Forrester might be setting something up here.
Yeah, we're starting to see that 9 machine come to the inside now as the 02 is going to just hold on to that gas pedal. He's trying to probably push it harder, thinking, man, I can find another mile an hour out of this thing, right? But he's going to move now to the outside as he washes up the track as these cars blast out of the turn and into turn 2 here. And Austin Rhodes now got himself up into contention as, whoa, the 9 cutting off the nose, and back to the lead goes Colin Forrester.
Yeah, like I was saying, wonder how long that 9 of Colin Forrester was going to hang on to that 2nd position and how long he was going to, see if he was going to use a move to get around him. And it looks like Colin Forrester now setting himself up to a little bit of a gap between him and that 02. But the 02 still hanging on to that 2nd place position. Like we were saying, got that teammate behind him, so he does have a little bit of help. But back behind them, we see it looks like, oh, whoa, Logan Rhodes maybe had a little bit of trouble. He's falling back really bad. Yeah, it looks like Logan Rhodes having a little bit of an incident. We'll see if we can go back and see what happened with that Logan Rhodes machine. It's like coming out of 4, going into 4. Oh, they just ran him. He just got a run on him.
Must have not had the arrow that we thought he had, and once he got out of the drafts, he just got left.
Yeah, so Logan Rhodes now falling back to that 8th position. As you saw, he pretty much had a train ran on him. But right now, Austin Rhodes and that Jonathan Coombs machine got a little bit of a separation.
Whoa, Stan Mayberry, Patrick Ginter back there getting washy with each other.
Looks like they were able to keep it going straight, though. But you know, Patrick Ginter, I know he's always telling me he's got a heart monitor hooked up to him. I know that thing was probably beeping a little loud there for a second.
Stan taking the old IndyCar line down there. If it was paved, you'd throw it under the white and you'd keep digging. He's going to keep digging down the back straightaway here to the inside of Jimmy Green. It looks like those 2 Rev guys just did not have the arrow. Good drive on the fresh tires, but once they lost a little bit of those tires and that little bit of that draft, and it fell apart up there for them, those cars fell apart. They're going to fall back now to that 7th and 8th spot.
Maybe Jimmy Green falling back through the field to pick up his teammate. maybe to drag Logan Rhodes, maybe expecting a caution here. I do know that some teammates will drop back a little bit to allow their teammates to catch back up with them. So that way, if they fall out of the draft just a little bit, might have just lost a little bit of, didn't have anybody to help him. And so Logan Rhodes now falling back, but you see Jimmy Green dropping back just a little bit. So might be allowing him to catch back up. But we're going to go back up here with your leaders. Jonathan Coombs now got about a 2/10 gap between him and that leader, Colin Forrester. This is where the gloves are going to start getting thrown off. Everybody just going to kind of sling them to the floor. And everybody's going to be putting the dukes up, getting ready to fight.
And these are where your gloves are indeed going to come off, Chris. The elbows are going to come out. And these are where the drivers are really going to start putting down every single thing they know about the driver in front of them on that notebook and say, all right, let's get to it. They're going to try to work past that guy in front of them.
Yeah,
you see the 23 of Jimmy Green falling off now big time.
Yeah, just a really big separation between him and that Logan Rhodes machine, but now about a 2-second gap between him and Stan Mayberry. So Jimmy Green really falling off here, man, just really starting to fall off. But the 3 cars that aren't falling off are that Colin Forrester, Jonathan Coombs, and Austin Road machine, 2 Chevys and a Ford currently battling it out. I remember old NASCAR 98. Brother versus brother, Chevy versus Ford, NASCAR's born. I remember hearing that. So right now we've got a Chevy versus Ford battle up here in the front. Not a Colin Forrester out to about a 2/10 gap where it's normally been sitting at. But you see a big run here from the 0-2, getting sucked up to the back bumper, going to take a move to the inside. Let's see if the 12 of Austin Road's going to take it with him. Big move to the 0-2. The 0-2 going to get around him, assume the lead here, at least going into turn 2. We'll see if Colin Forrester sets it up and takes back over.
Woo! Here comes the 0-2 now, blocking to the 9. As we're 10 to go, we'll be 9 to go this time by when they hit the stripe. The 9 trying to make his mark back up here again, and Austin Rhodes is just watching. He's like got a front row seat for this battle, really just wanting anything to happen so he could possibly go up here and snag a win for free.
Yeah, Austin Rhodes currently not battling for that points position. Neither is Jonathan Coombs. Colin Forrester is battling for points, though. Right now, the person that's going to be battling closest to him will be that Stan Mayberry machine. So Stan Mayberry looking to better himself going here into the second round of 8. So really setting himself up is that Stan Mayberry machine doing a good job in that.
Whoa!
Whoa!
9 on the grass, and here comes the 12. 9 just shot himself in the foot, probably all the way up to the ankle, man. He got down on that grass. I was talking about that IndyCar line, the old CART USAC line from back in the day under the white when it was paved right there all the way down to that part of the track. There was no grass there. You could just be able to drive it down there. It looked like he tried doing that. And, man, did he get down there too far. It's going to come back to bite him in the rear end. The 9. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, 0-2. Jonathan Coombs, though, going to promote himself out to the lead. He's got about a 5/10 gap between him and Austin Rhodes, which is his teammate. So, you know, he can, Austin Rhodes can pretty much just go on block duty now if he wanted to for that 0-2 machine. But we'll see if that 12 machine decides to try to race and get up here around his teammate and try to take that win from him. Colin Forrester now trying to set himself back up to get up there. A little bit of looseness from that 9 machine. Stony Benfield now under attack from his teammate. We've got a gaggle of teammates back here right now. Stony Benfield, Patrick Ginter, and Stan Mayberry all trying to battle for position. As you see Stan Mayberry pushing 38 of Patrick Ginter into turn 3. Both of those guys going to go ahead and promote themselves up 1 position. So Patrick Ginter into the 4th position. 5th position going to go to Stan Mayberry. But right now we're seeing a little bit of separation between that Jonathan Coombs and Austin Rhodes machine now. So Colin Forrester might not have a chance here.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting to drive back up, though, Chris. I mean, that was a big drive into 1 and 2. He could get back up here. I don't think his night's
big drive
over.
In. Big drive in. He's getting on inside of the 12. This could be a pass for the 2nd place. 9 going to cut it off. Good drive in from the 9. Woo. Going to go back here. back here and just look and see. I see Logan Rhodes is now about a second and a half, about second and a tenth off of Jimmy Green. So still a little bit of separation from those two. So Logan Rhodes currently sitting in that 8th spot. Unless we have a caution here with another set of tire changes, that could be it for that 8 machine. But like we were saying, it's one of those things, you never count them out until the end, because anything can happen. Right now, the 9 of Colin Forrester, he's got that 0-2 in his sights, trying his best to get caught back up here. Going down the backstretch, you see the Full Throttle Motorsports boys. They are about a 2-second gap between him and Austin Rhodes. So if these boys are going to have anything to say, they've only got 6 more laps to prove it. So Patrick Inter really going to have to get on that loud pedal, start putting a little bit of putting a little bit of sauce on those tires, so he can get up here and catch these boys if they want to battle it out for the lead. Jonathan Coombs still holding on to that lead, but look at that, Josh. Colin Forrester, every lap just inching closer and closer and closer. On the inside, the 9 is on the inside.
There he goes.
Could this be
Wow.
too early? This could be too
There
early.
goes the 9. Yeah, this could be. Ooh, loose out of corner exit. 0-2 coming back. We say this could be early. This just could be over. The 0-2 could come back and pass him right here.
Going into turn 3. Doesn't look like he's going to set him up for a pass. Maybe down the front stretch. Maybe letting his teammate tuck back up to that back bumper just a little bit more. Maybe going to wait a couple of laps. We'll have to see how that 0-2 decides to handle going into this. Now a little bit of separation between them and Colin, but you know, at a track like Talladega, that's something you do not want. You do not want a gap or separation. Look at him, really closing in going into turn 1. That's what I was talking about. You do not want that gap and that separation down a front stretch like that. It looks like
the 9. The 9 is, we've talked about him shooting himself in the foot. That was just a motivation to get himself back up and rolling here again, Chris.
Yeah, but we're seeing down the backstretch, Josh. We're going to see if he has anything to say. Going here into turn 3, it looks like he was trying to make a move, but decided against it. So right now, the 9, whoa, a little loose down the front, or trying that little bit of straightaway. Going into turn 4, we're going to see if the 0-2 and the 12 decide to work together. It's going to be 3 laps to go this time by. See Stoney Benfield making a move on the inside of the 99. Stan Mayberry going here into turn 1. The 9 of Colin Forrester still has that 0-2 all over the back bumper. A little bit of separation now. The 9 of Colin Forrester. Whoa, a little loose. Colin Forrester coming out of turn 2. This is going to open up the door here for the 0-2 and the 12. They're going to really start sucking up back to that back bumper. Like I was saying, maybe Colin Forrester might have made that move just a little too soon, because it looks like Jonathan Coombs is ready to go at any moment now. We'll see if he has anything to say to him. 2 laps to go this time by.
Man, this race is heating up, Chris. The 9, the 0-2, the 12 coming back to us here for 2 more times, as you're going to see the 9 dive it off into 1. That 0-2 just trying his best to fight back here. As the 12 of Austin Rhodes is also trying to make his way up here and get a 2nd place here. Possibly a win if anything was to happen. As down the back straightaway they come. 1.5 laps to go, Chris.
Yeah, let's see if that 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs has anything to say here. If he's got anything left in those tanks. Is he going to pull out his best Muhammad Ali impersonation and just go swinging like a butterfly and stinging like a bee? Or is it going to be just a Colin Forrester victory? Don't know, but we're going to see here. Coming down the front straightaway, this is going to be the last time by. This race is official as soon as they cross that finish line.
They hit the stripe. They catch the white. Here we go. They're going to go into turn number 1 and into the chute. The 9 loose. He's going to open the door for the 0-2 down the chute and into 2 here. He could have a run down the back straightaway. 9 going to get it into the corner. Here comes the 0-2 on exit.
This is going to be where it's at. He's going to have to really be on defense.
I don't think he's got it right this second. He's got the drive. The 9's blocking. No, he's not. Into the corner. Here they go. The 0-2's going to have to make the move. Into the chute and out of 4 here. The 9 has to be on his money. Into turn 4 for the last time. 9 can see the checkered flag. Here comes the 12. It's going to be too wide between the teammates. Oh, man, it's going to be a finish. Oh, the 9 got him. Oh. Oh, oh, man, I think he got him.
Oh, it looks like Austin Rhodes going to take that second position away from his teammate. But Colin Forrester going to walk away with the win.
What a freaking race right there. What's up with all these photo finishes, man?
Yeah, we've been having a lot of photo finishes these last couple of weeks. Did you see the 9 of Colin Forrester, 12 of Austin Rhodes, and pitting in Jonathan Coombs coming down to do those victory laps. Whoops. And then there was Matthew Fitz.
As we'll get to your post-race results here, it's going to be that 9 of Colin Forrester picking up the win. Austin Rhodes going to get by with a 3, like, not even, I want to say a millisecond, or not a millisecond, not even a 10th gap. 3 1,000ths of a second. So, yeah, big photo finish right there. Then it's going to be that 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs picking up 3rd, with the 4th going to Ginter. 5th going to Stan Mayberry, 6th Stoney Benfield, 7th Jimmy Green, 8th Logan Rhodes, 9th Robby Bice, 10th Casey Collenbach, 11th Matthew Fitz, Josh Carver 12th, Adam McKinney 13th, Ed DeBoer 14th, Chad Hitchcock 15th, David Salter 16th, Clayton Kincart 17th, Bradley Wilson 18th, and James Morgan 19th position. Rounding out your field as we will be getting here to your post-race interviews in just one moment as you see the 9 blowing her up.
Real quick, I see Jay Tucker saying, thanks, Chris and Josh. You are welcome, buddy. We really do appreciate you being out there on that Facebook.
All right, and it looks like we do have our 3 drivers in the booth. We'll go ahead and bring up that 9 of Colin Forrester. Have a word with your race winner. Colin Forrester, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, oh man, we saw a great race from that 9 machine, and you know, it seemed like all race you were holding the pace pretty much. Jonathan Coombs doing the best he could to, you know, ride your back bumper, and then there towards the middle part, we saw the lead switch hands between you and that 0-2 machine multiple times, and then there within the last restart, we saw coming to the last 10. I want to say it was lap 76, 75. I saw you drive it down into 2 and got on the grass. You got loose. They freight trained past you, and you worked your way back and did an excellent job, Colin, to get up there, win this race. And, man, I got to say, after the off week, coming back, that 9 machine looks like it didn't skip a beat. And congratulations on victory tonight. And good recovery right there after a little bit of an incident. Out of one, I want to say, or out of two, one of the two. I can't remember exactly which one, but great drive tonight, Colin.
Thanks, sir. Definitely was out of two. I got on the rumble strip a little bit there. Just me and Jonathan side by side racing pretty hard. But it was a super fun race between everyone at Sparkle Unicorn. Just super fun race. Obviously super fast setup. We led the whole race. Me and Jonathan. Obviously Austin got past Jonathan there at the end, but he's still part of Unicorn. Just a fun race overall. Great battle with my teammates, like I said. I know Stoney was up there too for a little while. Right before that last caution came out, we pulled away from a little bit there. But it's just a really good battle between us three all race. Unfortunate what happened to Matthew. I haven't gone back and looked at it yet, but I don't want to comment on that because I haven't looked at it yet. But just a super fun race overall, like I've said a few times. And just want to thank everyone in the league for having me. Super great race. I look forward to every week, unless I'm sick and not here. But just super fun race.
Heck yeah, man! It was a super fun race from our perspective. You guys put on one heck of a show, and it seems like you have become the guy we look forward to now every week to put the speed on. Colin, you've shown up week in and week out. We saw the win 2 weeks ago. We saw obviously the off week last week, and here. So we'll technically call it 2 in a row for you, man. The last 2 starts
4 in a row.
have been 4 in a row technically, yeah. So the last 2 starts 2 in a row, and then 4 in a row, whatever, all of them. How many?
Yeah.
You've got them all. Just screw it. Colin Forrester, give him the championship. Just kidding, man. But hey,
I'm cool with it.
You're doing a great job this season, man. And you've shown a lot of speed, a lot of great drive from you this season, and hey, looking like the man of the year so far. And if you've got any final words, final thoughts, shout outs, anything, Colin, before we let you get out of the booth here tonight, you're more than welcome, buddy.
Like I said, just shout out to everyone on Team Sparky Unicorn. Just super great battle between all 3 of us all race. Unfortunately, Chad and Matthew got caught up in a few incidents there and weren't able to be up there with us. But I know they could have been. We all had super fast cars. As well as shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast. Great job like usual, I'm sure. I'll be going back and watching it probably here in a few minutes. And also shout out to everyone in the league for having me. Especially Robby. I know. I hope his wife's doing okay. I know he's going to have to shut the league down due to some problems with her. And just like I said, thank everyone in the league for having me.
Sir, well, we appreciate you taking the time out of your night, Colin, and hopefully we'll see you back here next week. And good night and congratulations, buddy.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. All right, and that was that 9 of Colin Forrester. Going to go ahead and bring up Austin Rhodes. I almost said Jonathan Coombs it was such a close finish. I almost forgot there for a second, but we'll bring up your second place. Austin Rhodes, have a word with him. Austin Rhodes, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going fantastic, man. Well, right there at the end, we saw you really come to life. It seemed like you were just kind of hanging out in the pack there towards the start, middle of the race. We saw the Sparkle Unicorn guys line up there in that second and third spot. We saw John take the lead a couple of times, but y'all worked well together all night. The last 5, though, the gloves came off, and Austin, we saw a completely different drive there on those last 2-3 laps. And you were able to work your way past Jonathan out of 4 there, coming down the front stretch, and take that win by, it seems like we've been seeing so many photo finishes here lately, by just such a close finish there at the end, pick up second, and just awesome racing from you, Austin, and hey, congratulations on the second place, man. And I got to say, great racing between all of our top competitors there tonight. It was awesome to see you guys battle it out and not really make any contact.
Yeah, that was fun. To be completely honest, the reason I was in mid-pack at the beginning because I got like 30 minutes of practice this week. So that didn't help me out at all at the beginning. But I mean, I got behind Fitz there, and I gave him a really good shove on the backstretch, and he got around the 3 rev guys, and I just got stuck behind him. But that caution came out and took us all 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from there, I mean, we just pretty much just drove away. How about Stony Benfield though? That was some good racing between myself, him, and John in the middle of the race. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a great race between you 3 guys right there. It was awesome to watch you all trade positions. I saw him and Jonathan making a little bit of contact, and we were saying you were just hanging up in there waiting for all of it to go haywire so you can get those freebies, man. But that was awesome racing between you three guys, and a really excellent show right there between the little, or say midfield, but that middle of the race right there, and especially coming to that towards the end of it with all the marbles on the line. You guys really letting it hang out there. It was a fun little show to watch right there.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, definitely want to thank you guys. You guys do a great job. We're happy to have you all season for the job that you do. I gotta thank Full Throttle for putting all this on, and 811 for sponsoring. They've been great to us this season, and we definitely got to shout out to the rest of my team, Team Sparkle Unicorn. Those guys are great. Love them.
Heck yeah, man. Well, awesome. We saw a great race from yourself here tonight. You started ninth, finished second, and an excellent last second pass right there coming down the front straight away to get yourself in that second place and one more step higher on that podium step. And I got to say, man, if you've got any final thoughts, words, or anything before we let you get out of here, you're more than welcome to let them go and let you get on your way, buddy.
Oh, I'm good. I would just that last corner I saw John get loose, and I'm not gonna mess with Colin. He's still in the chase, but I'll mess with John.
Say I'll go out here and wreck him. I don't mind. But it was awesome watching you guys race there. At that last little bit, man, the two teammates letting it hang out, and hey, just got to say it was fun having you up here and hanging out here for just a moment, Austin, and pleasure having you up here, buddy. And hopefully going into next week, we'll see you carry this momentum and have another word with you here in the future.
Yep. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too, man. And that was Austin Rhodes. Going to go ahead and bring up Jonathan Coons. Have a word with our final interview tonight.
Don't they? Yep.
Oh, sorry, Coons. This is Chris and Josh show up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Man, haven't talked to Coons here in a minute, buddy. It's good to have you back up here, man, and see you behind the seat of the race car. And it's always good having you back in there because it's instantly when I see the wrecks or anything happen, I just see you in there memeing. So it's always the good, lighthearted fun. But I know everybody else in there is probably super mad about it. So it's fun to watch it. And hey, gotta say, man, hell of a job from you guys tonight. The battles, everything you guys did with that 9 machine and the 12 machine, that was just awesome. And between you and the 75 right there. Good to see you back up here in the booth, Jonathan. And hey, it's awesome to be able to sit up here and have a word with you again.
I kind of just, winter gets busy for me. I start doing a bunch of other stuff and I get busy. And I've been pretty adamant where I'm not a big fan of this newer car. And I was like, screw it. But they asked me to come play today and I was bored. I'm like, I like Indy. I'll just jump in and do one I had no intentions of running up front. I was just going to have some fun and watch Colin probably run away with it. And I don't know, I'm somewhat good here for some reason. I don't know why. And yeah, but that was, I know the beginning was kind of boring. But yeah, Stoney came out of nowhere, and that was some of the most fun I've ever had at this track. And it was a great race. I know the field wasn't the biggest in the world, but man, I think we put on a pretty good show. I'm excited to go watch this and see what we did. That was a blast.
Oh yeah, man, it was a blast indeed. We were very focused there on you, Stoney, and Austin battling out. That was awesome. Like you said, yourself, that was probably the most fun you've had. That was probably some of the fun we've had watching you guys just trade back and forth, especially with Colin as well. It seemed like everybody was just on their A game tonight. We saw, a bunch of drivers that came in, Austin saying he didn't practice a lot, Colin coming off of, an off week. You yourself haven't been in the seat in a while, and it seemed like y'all all just hit it right back on the mark and took off with this race. And Jonathan, I got to say, man, awesome from our perspective watching that last lap pass between you and Austin. I know you probably wanted the second place, but you're not really in here racing for anything besides fun and just to hang out with the boys. And hey, I got to say that second place was right there, but the third, the way you guys came to the finish was an awesome finish. I think it was three 1,000ths of a second. So awesome finish between you guys, and really excellent job behind the wheel of the O2 machine tonight. Excuse me.
Thank you. Yeah, I only wanted to win, but I really wanted Colin to win, to at least it gets one of us locked into the Final Four. So, I was going to try and beat him if I could. He told me, because I'm like, man, I'll just follow you all night. You can win. I'm not in the points. I want to lock one of us in. He's like, oh, no, pass me. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to send it here and see what happens. And I knew I wasn't going to get him. He's incredible. But, yeah, and I know Austin needed points more than I did. But, he told me, he's like, hey, I'm inside. Here I come. And full drag race. I was hoping to beat him. I wanted to give him a door there. But I was happy to see Team Sparkle get 1, 2, 3. And I can go back on the Discord now and kind of get the get the vent room going a little bit, just to upset some people, but it's always a good time. But yeah, it was fun. It actually makes me want to come back and run next week. I don't even know where it is, but yeah, it's kind of renewed my like for iRacing again there for a little bit.
I feel those moments, man. But Jonathan, it was excellent to watch you get back out here behind the seat, man. Excellent to have a word with you again. It's been a minute, but hey, before we let you get out of here, buddy, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let that O2 machine go here tonight, you're more than welcome to get them out, and we'll let you get on your way here.
All right, thanks to Robby and the rest of the league. I know we don't have too many races left. I don't know, 2 or 3, something like that. I'm gonna miss it, but I know a lot of us are gonna try and go to the same place all together again. Most of us get along real well. You guys for the awesome broadcast. That always something for me to watch right before I fall asleep and get this horrible week started out here in Iowa, where it's about 4 degrees, because it is absolutely miserable here right now. And yeah, just the whole team. We had a good night. I know Fitz and Chad didn't have a lot of luck, but the rest of us had a good race. And yeah, hopefully could talk to you guys one more time here before we're all said and done.
Yes, sir, man. Well, hey, Jonathan, appreciate you coming up here and having a word with us tonight. And like you said, hopefully we'll be able to have another word with you. Enjoy what you said is going to be your miserable week. So enjoy it, buddy, and hopefully we'll have some words with you next week.
All right, take it easy, guys. Yep, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. All right, and that was Jonathan Coombs. Chris, any final words for the Full Throttle faithful before we get them out of here?
Yep. So Josh was a little muted there, but what I was saying is we've got the points here on the screen now. So Colin Forrester going to walk away with that points lead with 8:53. Stan Mayberry going to be in that second position. So Stan Mayberry still in this, doing a really good finish here tonight. Jimmy Green going to be in that third spot. Logan Rhodes in fourth. So Scrappy still in it as well. Scrappy still hanging on to that fourth position. Robby Bice in fifth. Ed DeBoer sixth. Chad Hitchcock in seventh. And then Clayton Kincart going to round out your eighth position. But like we were saying, Josh, just a big shout out to everybody out there on that Facebook, on that YouTube page. We couldn't do it without you guys. Hopefully everybody was safe through all this weather that's going on. It still looks like there's a little bit of snow and stuff going on outside our house. So hopefully everybody was able to make it through it. Nobody was really affected by it. Just hope everybody's doing well, and hopefully everybody enjoys their week. Going into next week, it's going to be a lot of fun. I want to say it's at Homestead, Miami next week. So 120 laps at Homestead next week is going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be the second round of the round of 8. So that's going to be where we go into the round of 4, and a lot of drivers are going to get checked off. But again, big shout out to 811 Dig for being a part of this league, letting us be able to do this. Big shout out to Cook's Lawn Care and Major Setup Shop for all the work and everything that they've done. And just everybody out there again on that Facebook, that YouTube page, and the Full Throttle faithful, everybody in the background that does everything for us. Just I'm so glad and blessed to be a part of this. Can't wait for next week at Homestead.
Same as well, Chris. Well, gonna say that just a big thank you to everybody here tonight, and we will be seeing you next week at Homestead. So tune in on the YouTube, on the Facebook, and we'll be seeing you next Sunday here at the Homestead Miami Speedway.